Welcome to the Readiness Tribe. Let's get started on today's video.
Mama, there goes that man.
You know, it's an absolute humbling experience is when you see your ex-boyfriend at the gym and he acts like he don't even exist. I walked straight to put these dumbbells away. He was right there, head down, fully did not acknowledge me. This is the second time in the last week that I've seen my ex-boyfriend at the gym too. And the way he hates me is actually quite heartbreaking. Like, I can't even, it's wild that we have all of these memories. He acts like I committed murder. Like, I didn't kill somebody, bro. I just went away to Australia, which I understand he's fully valid to feel that way, but I just cannot get over the fact that we act like complete strangers when I know so much about him, he knows so much about me, and it just tears my heartstrings apart. Like, it actually hurts my heart, and I just can't talk to people anymore about it because it's so well over. It's whatever, it's been so much time, but still seeing him, it hurts my heart. It hurts a lot. So
Let's be honest, she's not hurt because he didn't say hello. She's hurt because she expected him to. Somewhere in her mind, she believed that even after the breakup, she still occupied space in his world. Maybe not enough to get back together, but enough to get a smile, a glance, or some acknowledgement. Instead, he walked right past her, like she was another person in the gym. And that's what shattered the fantasy. Because a lot of people can handle rejection. What they struggle to handle is irrelevance. The reality that someone who once prioritized them can eventually reach a point where they don't even break stride. And that's why she's emotional. Not because he was rude, but because his indifference communicated something brutal. I've already made peace with your absence. The reason this hits so hard is because indifference destroys emotional leverage. Many people assume their ex will always care a little, always wonder a little, always notice them. Then they run into that ex and discover he's focused on his workout, his goals, his life, and doesn't seem emotionally affected at all. That's a brutal ego check, because attention feels powerful. But indifference reveals the truth. The moment someone no longer reacts to your presence, your approval, your beauty, your emotions, or your absence, you realize the influence you thought you had may no longer exist. And for some people, that's harder to process than the breakup itself, because rejection says, I don't choose you. Indifference says, I don't think about you, and that's a much colder message.
I just want my friend back. I don't miss the fighting or even the romantic parts of the relationship. I just feel lonely. He was like my best friend. Other people will be able to make me feel loved, make me feel attractive, make me feel enough. But I hope I can bond with somebody the way I bonded with him. And I know that clearly the time that we were spending together wasn't as important or fun for him. So I shouldn't miss it. But for me, the time we were spending together and the way that we were bonding, even just texting throughout the day, meant everything to me. And without that, I genuinely feel really lonely. It's really just the small moments, like when I sit down to eat lunch or I'm just resting between doing things in my day and I just my phone's dry. I just don't have anyone to talk to. I want to hear about someone's day. I want to hear about his day. And it's just hitting me today.
She's not crying because the relationship ended. She's crying because the relationship ended for him a long time ago, and she's only now catching up. What really hurts is discovering that while she was replaying memories, checking social media, wondering what went wrong, and hoping for another chance, he was already building a life without her. That's the punch to the gut. Because as long as she believed he was hurting too, there was still a connection, still a possibility, still a story. But the moment she realized he moved on and found peace, the fantasy collapsed. And now she's forced to confront a brutal reality. The person she's struggling to let go of has already let go of her. The reason this hits so hard isn't just heartbreak. It's the destruction of emotional significance. A lot of people secretly believe they'll always occupy a special place in their ex's mind. Not necessarily enough to get back together, but enough to matter. Enough to be remembered. Enough to still have influence. Then they discover he's happy, focused, growing, living, and not looking back. That's when the loneliness gets real, because loneliness isn't always the absence of people. Sometimes it's the realization that the person you can't stop thinking about has stopped thinking about you. And that's a brutal ego check. Not because he's with someone else, not because he's happier, but because life continued without her, and she wasn't prepared for how little the world would pause when the relationship ended. That's why these moments hit so hard. Because she's not just grieving the relationship, she's grieving the realization that she was a chapter in his story, while he was still the entire book in hers.
When she blames you for not being enough. I had a client who bent over backwards for his girlfriend, planned dates, supported her, did everything under the sun to make this girl happy. But no matter what he did, it was never enough. She just dismissed his efforts and just acted like they didn't count. Eventually, he did stop trying. He was drained. And the moment that he did stop, she just flipped on him. You never show up for me. You don't even care about me. And that, folks, is subtle gaslighting. A narcissistic woman will invalidate everything you do until you break. Then blame it on you for it. If you constantly feel like you have to prove your love, like nothing you do is ever enough, it's not you. It's the game that she's playing. Healthy relationship will not make you question your own worth.
For months, he was showing up, making effort, prioritizing her, and investing in the relationship. And like a lot of people, she started treating his effort like it was automatic, like it would always be there, like he had nowhere else to go. Then one day he stopped. Not because he became toxic, not because he started playing games, because he finally realized his effort wasn't being valued. And suddenly she lost her mind. Why? Because the attention she took for granted became scarce, and nothing exposes value faster than its absence. A lot of people call this women respond to indifference. Not exactly. Women respond to the realization that the man they thought was emotionally locked in is no longer emotionally dependent on them. That's the trigger. As long as he's always calling, texting, planning, helping, and showing up, she assumes that investment is permanent. But the moment he starts focusing on himself, creating boundaries, or pulling back his energy, panic sets in. Why? Because what disappeared wasn't just attention. It was leverage. It was certainty. It was the comfort of knowing someone was always available regardless of how they were treated. And that's why the reaction is often so intense. The moment a man stops making a woman the center of his universe, she is forced to confront a possibility she never considered. Maybe he doesn't need me as much as I thought. And for some people, that realization hurts more than the relationship problems themselves. Because nothing is more shocking than discovering the man you took for granted has finally figured out he has options too. This concludes this video. If you made it this far, thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please comment and subscribe. RT out.
Mama, there goes that